Welcome back for another reading out of Isaiah. This one being Isaiah chapter 8. Yeah, glad you could join me again. Let's see if I can get this. I can't. Okay. Today's going to be the reading of Isaiah chapter 8. And after it, I will do Isaiah chapter 9 and have it ready for 1st of February. So I'm not rushed to get these out as much as I am now. Okay, chapter 8, verse 1. Moreover, Yahweh said unto me, take thee a great roll and write in it with the man's pen concerning, these names are fun, Hashbaz, something like that. And I took out unto me faithful witnesses to record Uriah the priest and Zechariah the son of Jeberechiah. And I went unto the prophetess, and she conceived and bare a son. Then said Yahweh to me, call his name Mahershal Hashbaz. And the note at the bottom of the page says he was the second son of Isaiah and the longest name and word in the scriptures. The name means he speeds to plunder and to prey, and prophetically was a warning that Damascus and Samaria were soon to be plundered by the king of Assyria. Moving on with verse 4. For before the child shall have knowledge to cry, my father and my mother, the riches of Damascus and the spoil of Samaria shall be taken away before the king of Assyria. Verse 5. Oh, hang on. Looking at my notes over here, verse 4's got a witness verse. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 8. And a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. Okay. Verse 5, Yahweh spoke also unto me again, saying, for as much as his people refuse the waters of Shiloh, they go softly and rejoice in Rizin and Rimlah's son. Now therefore, behold, Yahweh brings up upon them the waters of the river, strong and many, even the king of Assyria, and all his glory, and he shall come up over all his channels and go over all his banks. Verse 8, and he shall pass through Judah, he shall overflow and go over, he shall reach even to the neck, and the stretching out of his wings shall fill the breadth of thy land, O Emmanuel. Verse 9, associate yourselves, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces, and give ear, all ye far countries. Gird yourselves, and you shall be broken in pieces. Gird yourselves, and you shall be broken in pieces. I wonder why he repeated that twice in the same verse. Verse 10, take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand, for El is with us. Verse 11, for Yahweh spoke thus to me with a strong hand and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of this people, saying, Say ye not a confederacy to all them to whom this people shall say a confederacy, neither fear you their fear, nor be afraid. Verse 13, sanctify Yahweh of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. Witness verse of that is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 15. But sanctify Yahweh Elohim in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. Now, I work at the Veterans Hospital here in Columbia, and I wear seats on my pants at the four corners. And every once in a while, I get somebody to ask me what they are and what they mean. Makes me proud to let them know exactly what they stand for and the reason I wear them. And then eventually, I've got so many asking me questions now that I kind of try to stay in my area a little longer. But they all understand what I'm saying. And they know the true name of the Father and the Son. But going to Protestant churches and those that don't use the true name of the Father and Son, they learned the true names of both when they were in seminary. And you can ask them what the true names of the Father and Son are, and they'll tell you they can't say it. Yet they learned it in seminary. Just a word. Verse 14, and he shall be of for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Now there were several witness verses listed for that one. So I'll give you part of an answer that's down at the bottom of the page. Stone of stumbling, referring to Yahshua, the Messiah, who would be both salvation to those who submit to him and an obstacle and trap to those who are disobedient, both Jew and Gentile. Paul spent a lot of time walking through that country around there, bringing Gentiles into the true name way of knowing the Father and the Son. And he was ridiculed for it, but he's still done it. In fact, he converted more Gentiles than anyone else in history. Joshua said unto all the people, behold, this stone will be a witness to us, for it has heard all the words of Yahweh, which he spoke unto us. It shall therefore be a witness unto you, lest you deny your Elohim. Verse 15, and many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken, be snared, and be taken. Verse 16, bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples. That was that paper and pen of man he talked about in the earlier verses, to list them off. And the verse goes along with verse 16, can also be found in Revelations chapter 12, verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which kept the commandments of Yahweh and have the testimony of the Messiah Yeshua. The dragon belonged to devil, the devil. Verse 17, and I will wait upon Yahweh that hides his face from the house of Jacob, and I will look for him. Verse goes along with that one. Hebrews chapter 2, verse 13, and again, I will put my trust in him. And again, behold, I and the children which Elohim has given me. Verse 18, behold, I and the children whom Yahweh has given me are for signs and for wonders in Israel, from Yahweh of hosts which dwells in Mount Zion. Verse 19, and when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not the people seek unto their Elohim for the living to the dead? Two verses go along with that one. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am Yahweh your Elohim. Second one's 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5. Likewise, you younger, submit yourselves unto elder. Yea, all you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For Elohim, Yahweh, resists the proud and gives grace to the humble. Verse 20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. The verse that goes along with that can be found also in Leviticus chapter 20, verse 6. And the soul that turns after such as have familiar spirits and after wizards to go whoring after them, I will cut him off from among his people. And at the bottom of the page, law and to the testimony, the law is the Torah, first 5 books of the scriptures, and the testimony means precepts, usage. Unless one speaks from the basis of Yahweh's laws and the application of those laws, which is scripture, his words are useless. Kind of hits a little hard, don't it? Verse 21, and they shall pass through it, hardly be stead and hungry, and it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves and curse their king and their Elohim and look upward. And they shall look unto the earth, and behold trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven into darkness. And that ends the reading of Isaiah and what little bit of extra information I can give for chapter 8. I thank you for being here, and I hope you're learning something from these, because I'm trying to put out as much information as I can before the end of times gets here. So, shalom, have a good week, and I will see you later with Isaiah chapter 9. Thank you for being here. Yahweh bless.